New billboards are popping up across southwest Michigan. We first saw this sign along US 131 at the Plainwell exit. A plain yellow background picturing a male and the simple text proclaims the Epoch Times as the #1 trusted news source. The Epoch Times is an international media outlet affiliated with the Falun Gong religious movement. It's rooted in opposition to the Chinese Communist Party. Most notably, the outlet was one of the biggest pro-Trump advertisers on Facebook until it was removed from the platform, even though the Epoch Times maintains it has never endorsed a political candidate. Is its latest claim true? We decided to explore the site similar to how a curious driver who's just seen the billboard might. How would one navigate the site to assess whether it's an honest and reliable news source? First thing we wanted to verify is the billboard's claim. Is the Epoch Times the #1 trusted news? The first place we search is the Epoch Times About Us page. To the left of the screen, you can see multiple tabs about their team, background, outlook, and one labeled Why, the #1 trusted news source. The latter lists Epoch Times' reasoning for claiming the #1 spot. The second line pops out because it's easily verifiable. Going off the site to consult what credible sources say about the site is a smart practice called lateral reading. All Sides, Media Bias Fact Check, and Ad Fontes are the first to come up in a Google search. These are all trusted sources to evaluate biases. They use actual articles, datasets, and trained personnel to create their evaluations. Rankings like these aren't perfect, but they do offer a well-considered overall snapshot of an outlet's reporting quality and biases. All Sides, the very same source the outlet references to attest to their non-biased reporting, actually ranks them as leaning right. Ad Fontes Media ranks the news outlet as strong right bias and unreliable when it comes to its truthfulness, expression, headlines, and graphics. Media Bias Fact Check rates the Epoch Times as right biased and questionable reasoning that promotes pseudoscience and conspiracy theories. These sites are examples of media watchdog groups, which are nonpartisan organizations that evaluate on behalf of news consumers the journalistic credibility, reliability, bias, fairness, and sourcing of news outlets. Going back to the Epoch Times website, we see that the outlet also champions the adversity it has encountered from mainstream media and big tech. This is a logical fallacy to conclude that because the mainstream media and big tech are critical of the site, then it must be doing something right. Logical fallacies are common errors in reasoning. These arguments may sound convincing or true, but are actually flawed. In this instance, a false dilemma is created, suggesting the only way to interpret the criticism of the Epoch Times by mainstream media and big tech is as praiseworthy, when actually many other alternatives are possible, such as specific concerns about transparency and ad funding or one-sided reporting. Despite bias rankings, the Epoch Times has amassed a large following in the United States, and according to an NBC News report, the newspaper is the 4th largest by subscriber numbers.